Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone going? We'll let everyone join in. Hey, Sarah, how you going? Icing a cake, lovely. It's a fantastic day today, isn't it? Big change from yesterday. Yesterday was a bit washed out, a bit wet, so it's good to have some nice weather again today, and we've got to make the most of it for a little bit because I think it's going to rain again through this week at some point. What do we got? Let's open up the bureau. Hey, Peter, how you going? Thank you for joining. Good to have you here, mate. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a hard time at the moment. Eagles have just started playing. I just really wanted to come and test the stream just to see because last week we had a few issues with the internet. We've had a few issues with the internet for a while actually, and I just haven't had enough upload data to be able to make the stream viable. So it's been a bit tough not being able to stream stuff, and we still got to work on. I think we've got enough. So I've dialed everything right back. We've got um, a lot more to focus on to try and get it up to speed. But everything's dialed back. I've got no music at the moment. Just keeping it very, very simple. And that will just make do until we can actually improve the internet quality here and yeah, get it going good. Hopefully, not too soon. Does it sound good though, Peter? How's my voice? Not too crackly. Last week was just laggy, and I could see it. My frames on here, my drop frames are up to 50%, and at the moment I've got no drop frames. So yeah, I think it's working fine for what it is now. So yeah, we got a little bit of rain coming up through the week. Tuesday 6 mil, not too bad. Then pretty much Thursday onwards. Friday looks like 10 to 20 mils and 3 to 15 on Saturday. So sadly, looks like it's going to be a bit of a wet weekend. But it's not too bad. Good to hear. No, that's great. Okay, so that's fantastic. So what has everyone been up to over winter? Over the weekend, have you done anything apart from yesterday? I doubt anyone was out there yesterday, but yeah, I didn't do nothing yesterday. I was out there a little bit today, just having a bit of a walk around. I'm going through a bit of planning stages at the moment. So this year I've got a nice big patch out the backyard, which is probably a good. Oh, it's at least I haven't measured it yet. I've got to get the wheel out and go measure it, but it's about 1,000 square meters plus. So we're planning on putting a new lawn out there. Probably go shredded. I don't know how seed would go. Seed's a tough one to grow, and especially the soil prep isn't as great out there. It's very grey sand, so I've got to do a lot of building up for it. Great work, Adam. Yeah, good to get out there and do some weeding. There's quite a number around. That's what we were doing today, was just doing a bit of weeding, especially around like the boys' sand pit and that, because um, they walk out to the sand pit and the weeds are just as tall as them at the moment. Good. Yeah, I think today was the day to do it. It's just so nice to be out there today. It's just, yeah, massive change from yesterday. So I think that's just winter though, isn't it? Where wet one day and then dry the next. Yeah, actually, it's really been bad, hasn't it, Adam? I think this is probably, to be honest, I think this has been the worst year for weeds that I have noticed this year around the place. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because last year we had a really long, wet winter. So I think what happened was a lot of weeds germinated pretty much through spring and summer as well. So it wasn't until late December where we actually started getting some decent weather again, and it basically went from rain to 40 degrees. So we didn't really have that good transition period, but it was cooler really late last year. So I think that's the seed bank really grew last year, and this year we're really copping it. So hopefully, as much as I love the rain, it's fantastic. We really need it, obviously, for our dams and just our groundwater system. I'm hoping that once spring does hit this year, that we do actually, yeah, it does back off and we can start having a proper spring this year. But I have a feeling we'll probably push a little bit later again this year as well, but hopefully not as long as what it is. So we got on our block, so we're on 5 acres, and the block is just absolutely infested, just everywhere with weeds. I was going to do a trial run this year before the rain came and put or was using Spartan out across the block and just see if that would water it in. But every time I decided to go do that, it was already raining, and I didn't really feel like sitting on the ride-on in the rain. But I think that'd be I'll really want to test that next year because I already regret not doing it. But yeah, so I've got a plan for the backyard. I'll have to put some photos up. I should have taken a few photos earlier. Um, but I want to set up an area, like a bit of a trial patch area. So I was thinking of doing like a few bays. Like I was hoping 10 square meter patches. So like 2 meters by 5 meter patches where I can have different lawn types and also like probably have a few of the same and then a few different as well, so I can just see what different products affect different areas. And by being 10 square meters, it makes it easier just to work out application rates and make sure everything's a bit more precise. And so that's one thing I'd like to do out there, and I'd like to have a nice big area as well. So we got this area. I think it'll be roughly, I think it was I roughly measured it online. I think it was about 30 meters by 30 meters. So it's roughly about 1,000 square meters out there that got a plan for. And in there, I'll probably put some footy goals up there for the boys so they can have a bit of a kick. Travis has just started footy, so he does footy practice every Friday night, and so yeah, something for them be good. Just a bit of grass there for them to play, apart from just going out on the front lawn. And something I've always been really keen on is making an official like cricket pitch, like they wouldn't like the Wacker. So a real clay-based cricket pitch, getting it rolled and learning on how to do that. So I did with the Sports Turf Association, we did a like a cricket pitch day, and going through the science of how they manage the cricket pitches and how they manage the clay content, the growth in the clay content was just absolutely fantastic. It'll be something really good to learn how to do. So yeah, that's part of my learning journey I'd like to do. But yeah, the issue is working out what grass type I'm gonna go. So yeah, I've had a few discussions. Dan's been trying to twist my arm for a bit of Kikuyu to go out the back, but it's hard to accept that one. I sadly feel like Kikuyu is going to be the easiest lawn to put out the back. Just for the fact of it is really invasive and it's easy to grow. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. So I'll get some photos together and I'm going to document this. So I'd like to just show my journey on what I'm planning on this. So I have got a water run that's out to that point. I just haven't connected it all up and put sprinklers out there yet. So I've got to map out the area. I'll start with that. I'll probably have like high-rise gear drives for now. And then when I get something a bit more set in stone, then I can probably dig it in and reset it and make sure it's all set right. Oh, Queensland Blue. Oh, it's one of my favourite lawns, Queensland Blue. Brad, if he ever jumps on up in Yanchep, he's got some stunning Queensland Blue up there. It's just a fantastic color it produces. You don't need the iron as much iron because it actually just produces a very nice green color. I really do like Queensland Blue. It's one of my favorites. Palmetto is another great choice. I actually like Palmetto. I do like Sir Walter as well, but something about Palmetto, because with the Sir Walter, when you got the brown and purple runners, with the Palmetto being all green, it just blends in nicely and just looks very pure, the Palmetto. So yeah, but the hard thing with being out there with Palmetto is because I have to do it with runners, it'll be a long time for growth. So that's the hard part. But as much, yeah, it would be. I think in the test plots, I'll probably definitely have a Queensland Blue, and I'll definitely have a Buffalo of some type. Probably will be Palmetto. I think, yeah, I'd really like that because obviously testing chemicals and testing different products, you want to see that varies. So you got your Queensland Blue, Buffalo, Zoysia is another one, Saltine, Paspalum. So like that's another which is like your Saltine and oh, I can't think of it. But there's a few varieties over east that seem to be becoming pretty popular as well. Yeah, your Tiff Tufts, that's popular here now. Tacoma, I can't think of the last one. Tacoma's another popular one over there. So it'd be interesting to see if I could bring some over just to see how it would tolerate our soils over here. Yeah, I agree, Peter. So yeah, I think buffalo is fantastic with kids because it's that nice softness to it as well. When you start bringing in a destructive dog or something like that, it becomes a little bit harder because if they do damage it, and then the repairing of it is a bit harder. But for kids, I think it's a fantastic lawn just for that softness and the new varieties like Palmetto, they're not like the old one where it's really itchy and could put little abrasions on you because it's just little sharp blades. But yeah, the new style buffaloes are really nice. Was that with buffalo, Adam? You can do it, yeah. So you can take that time. I think it can definitely be done, and there's certainly a possibility. That's for sure. I'm thinking of having a long like because I was going to go for something to play on. I was thinking that longer leaf, and because I got the cooch out the front and I keep that down at low cut, I didn't think I really needed to have the cooch out the back at low cut as well. So I thought something. Oh, buff to blue, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, that's that. I was going to say, yeah, that's good conversion rate for timing too. That's yeah, 3 months is awesome. But yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to keep that longer leaf out the back just because it's going to be a pure play area. And I'll probably do it. So I want to try and I don't know if to make it oval type. Rather than like a square lawn, I'll try and make it oval like a cricket area. If I'm going to do a cricket pitch, try and make that kind of oval around, same with the footy oval. And that's if I do cricket, I've got to try and make sure the leaf probably isn't as long because you want that ball to roll as well. So there's going to be like a bit of a balancing act on what I do there. Or you could just do it like they do in the footy and the cricket seasons, like the stadiums do now. Over winter, it's a bit longer, which we do anyway. And then through spring, summer, we can cut it a bit lower. Yeah, I'd love that, Adam. Yeah, fantastic if you could do that. So, yeah, that's, I think, the consensus of one. I probably will go Kaiku. Don't clip that one. We won't hold that accountable yet. But I'm also tempted to see what kind of rarer varieties that are out there that not many have at the moment, and just to actually try that and see how that goes as well. Because at the end of the day, if I don't sync the sprinklers and put the retic in, it's going to be easy to bobcat out later and redo it again. So got to have a bit of fun. Got to trial it. It'll be done in shredded, so I can't. Yeah, for 1,000 square meters of roll on, will be probably just a bit too expensive. And I think it'll probably end up being a little bit more than 1,000 square meters if I can push it to like 1,500. That'd be fantastic. But we got a lot of natives on our block as well. So this is an area that we had to clear just to be safe for the house to prevent it from fire because it's quite dense native. So we got to go through and clear all the weeds out through there and tidy all that up as well. And I want that kind of transition of lawn to natives, and that I think the bushland is just fantastic. I love the look of the natives and growing the natives through there. So we go catch up with our local native nursery. We've got Australian Native Nursery down the road from us, and they can help determine what natives are best for our kind of soil conditions in our area, which is fantastic. And then also got Apace in Frio that have helped us out there as well, just helping with our conditions. So I'm a very I would like a variety. So we've got our veggie patch as well, natives and lawns. So it's nice to have that bit of a broad variety. But I think yeah, having this lawn out the back will just, it's a good weed suppressant as well. If we keep it healthy, that will just block out a lot of the weeds and saving such a big chunk of having to worry about that. And then I just focus. Then I can just focus on hand. I don't want to kind of use sprays around the natives. I just want to. I'd like to hand weed that. So there's a big area to do that, and I want to look into different ways on how to prevent weeds there without having to use too many chemicals. And Spartan, the pre-emergent's a fantastic one for that fact of that it's not a scheduled poison. So yeah, if you do think of any different turf types you'd like, I think I'll put a post out on my page. I might do a poll in the end. I'll put a post once I finish the stream and over the next couple of days. I'll do a post on seeing what people think they think of what turf type I should go, and if there's any new ones that you want to go, they want to see trialed in the test pots as well, and yeah. So as I said, 10 test pots at least would be nice. Oh yeah, Gerberas, yeah, they're a good little flower, that one actually. What color are they? We got what have we got? I'm just trying to find out because we got like a lot of Banksias and we got quite a few like Geraldton wax in our natives, and so yeah, Christmas trees. We got so like the Australian Christmas trees. They're still yeah, I think because the land hadn't been looked after so well, there's a lot of like a lot of wreckage around as well. So there's been lots of clearing and just trying to tidy it up a bit better, just so it's, yeah, it look a lot neater. And because at the moment it's kind of like walking through like a dense bush, but I'd like it to be like a nice nature walk where it's got pathways through it and we can really focus on different types of natives out there as well. Hey Robert, how you going? Good to have you, mate. Reedy, he's over in America, so it's good to have you here, my friend. And right now, I think you're 15 hours behind us, aren't you? So you would be, it's 12 o'clock at night for you. Is that correct? Yeah, I think there's so many colors of the Gerberas. Yeah, and very bright colors there, aren't they? They're like pinks and oranges, and yeah, they look really nice. Yeah, so I actually had temptation the other day on with the lawns and that to go a Toro like the 3-gang Triflex cylinder mower. And I was toying with that for a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to go that way now. As I said, I think with the lawn at the back, probably will be just rotary cut. Something that'll be between 15-20 mils. And if I do anything, it'll probably be like a 36-inch Mowmaster with a sulky on the back that I can just sit on the back and just let it go. Good work, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching your stream earlier. It was good to watch that. Always good to catch up with you. Yeah, that'd be great, Adam. Send those photos through as well. Sure. Yeah, I always like seeing different photos, and I know lots of about turf, but it's the garden side of things is something I'm really trying to learn and focus on as well, and trying to learn a bit more. And because yeah, it's having that variety is, yeah, I think having the variety really makes your lawn stand out. It really showcases the lawn when you got that nice garden bed surrounding the lawn. You can really showcase and set your lawn off by having that kind of garden variety as well. So it's definitely yeah, fantastic have, and it's definitely something I really want to learn more on, because I do probably get a bit carried away with being so lawn focused sometimes that, and even I have customers as well, they go, oh, I didn't know you sold garden products. And yeah, okay, yeah, I do, but I probably don't talk about it enough. And I know a lot of us do like gardens, and as I said, I love gardens, but I probably don't talk about it enough. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you agree too, Peter. Yeah, and everyone, I think everyone does, and I think, and you see it on the like lawn page as well. Generally, when we have competitions or something like that, the people who have do well are the ones that have that garden surrounding it, or unless the lawn is absolutely fantastic and the lines are absolutely pure and, absolute mint. Here's Dan. Your ears were ringing, weren't they? Oh, good to see you, mate. I know you're probably watching the Eagles with Christy, aren't you? How are they doing? I'm not going to give any spoilers away. But hopefully they're doing well. I'm having a quick look, and they don't seem too bad. I'll give Collingwood and Essendon as well playing at the moment. What do you reckon, Dan? What type of lawn type do you reckon I should have at the back? Oh, here we go. Got Adam. Let's have a look. In spam. There we go. Let's have a look here. Oh, wow. Okay. See if I can. Am I allowed to share these, Adam? See if I can get them up to the page. Messages. Just going to quickly reply. Just so I can do that. And we will go here. Let's have a look. I don't know how this is going to work, but we will have a look. And oh, good to hear, Dan. I'm just going to go this, and we should be able to hopefully go that. There we go. Cheers, Reedy. I really appreciate that. I'm going to move it over this way a little bit. And then you can still see me as well there. We'll move my logo down. At least you can read it then. Yeah, I know, Dan, it is, isn't it? It's a tough one. But I might have a look. I'd like to... Hang on. There, try again. I might, have a look into a few different specialty varieties as well, just so we can maybe try something different as well. Because it would be fantastic. I mean, even I was Reedy being over in America, they got a little different varieties over there, cool season varieties that would be just fantastic to trial over here. We do ryegrass, but it'd be something phenomenal to actually get something different. Like, I know one person here, Tristram's doing Kentucky bluegrass at the moment, giving it a trial. So I'll be watching him keenly to see how that survives over our hotter period, because we all know when you do like a ryegrass, it's by the time summer comes, it's pretty much it goes downhill. If I can go like that. Yeah. Adam, these are fantastic, Adam. Gotta stop doing that. Let me get your lawn. Oh, there we go. Queensland Blue. Yeah, Ken Mark for sure. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I think, and that's what I think I need to promote that a little bit more, especially coming in on that design perspective, that when you do go through and plan a lawn, that going through and planting a garden bed at the same time and to frame it like this is such a good idea, because it really makes the lawn stand out. Especially, you're getting some really good colour, Adam. I'm really liking this, and the gerber's just great on it. Pull that one over a bit more. Hang on. Wait, there we go. just to bring a bit more in. Take my face away a bit more. You probably... That Tahoma's the new one, Dan. I don't know how it's going to go here. There you go. We'll go like that. Just... There you go. Fantastic color, Adam. Hot pink, love it. Camera photos. Oh, I got the Aussie flagpole like that. Oh, that's when it's growing through. Okay, yep. All right. I love that. Thank you. Let's move that, and we'll move that back up again. There we go. It's yeah, absolutely. The black mulch does make it stand out. So my only advice with black mulch to be careful with as well is just use it on that aesthetic point of view, and keep the wetting agent up in it as well. So what happens we find with black mulch is that because it breaks down on top of a sand layer, it can create that hydrophobic layer straight on top of the soil. So by keeping that wetting agent up all through it, it will just ensure the water does drop through that black mulch and into the soil as well. So you can find sometimes that the water will only sit in the mulch itself. So the whole purpose of a mulch is to keep the moisture in the soil and not in the mulch itself. So just make sure you just keep that wetting agent on, just so it doesn't build up that hydrophobic layer and the water gets through that black mulch and into the soil where it needs to be. But that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, black mulch really does make it stand out. That's just my only advice for black mulch, because we do see it quite commonly. Like people go, oh, my plants have started dying. I don't know what's going on. I mulch it, I feed it, I water it. And when you actually break away and pull the mulch away and then you put a bit of water on top of the soil, you can sit there and see the water will just sit there and pull on top. So yeah, that's my only advice. But just, yeah. And obviously, you know, your seaweeds, humic acids, all that kind of stuff really help as well. Yeah, so Feskew's the other one. Bermuda is like our warm season cooch. So yeah, so that's what mine is, basically Bermuda as well. It's quite common over here. Princess 77 Bermuda is another interesting one that I have seen around as well. I think I've got some Princess 77. Ah, good, Peter. It's always, yeah, it's, um, yeah, I learned that quite the hard way as well. Actually, like, you know, with me, I'm very strong on hydrophobic soil, and I love my black mulch as well. And it wasn't until I actually did dig a little bit deeper to try and work it out, and I actually realized that that's what was causing the issues. And then I have customers often who come through and say the same thing, and I'm like, okay, we'll just pull a bit of black mulch apart and just see if it is. And like, oh, it's pooling on top. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Mark. So that's the same thing as I do. So when I feed the lawn, I feed the garden as well. The fertilizer side I don't use as much. So something like I use Troforte, and that can last for 3 to 6 months in the soil. They use different minerals in there that will hold into the soil for a lot longer. With normal fertilizers, you release is about 8 to 12 weeks max. So you can get Troforte proclaim to get up to 6 months of feeding. I kind of just go every 3 months. And same, I follow that principle little and often. It could be, yeah, it could be. So yeah, it'd be a good one to check that one. And the hard thing is though, Peter. So this time of the year, like yesterday, with so much water, with a hydrophobic soil, with having so much water, the water will force its way into the soil, whether the soil is hydrophobic or not. So generally, like when I do my test, or I tell a customer to do a test this time of the year, or even most time of the year, is to remove some soil, just leave it in, like, just on that first couple of centimeters of your soil profile. Just remove it away, put it in a container, shake it every morning to let it completely dry, and then just put a few drops of water on top. And we all know what hydrophobic soil looks like. You'll just see the water bead on top, and it just, yeah, won't soak in. So it's yeah, good one to check just to make sure. And you'll find as a lot of products are very cross-platform as well. So I think the only thing that's probably is a little bit different is like your fertilizers is slightly different. But wetting agent, seaweed, humic acid is all good for soil and garden at the same time. There's no brand specific to work in anything different on that. Something like Eco-Growth Purple. I use that for both the lawn and the garden. I just don't use it on the natives because there's a bit of a higher phosphorus content. Natives don't like a lot of phosphorus, so I use a more specific low phosphorus fertilizer for natives. But the purple works good because it's not so high nitrogen. So that's where the lawn fertilizer is generally higher in nitrogen, whereas like something like Eco Purple is lower in nitrogen. It's a bit more balanced. The only probably, I think roses love a really rich nitrogen fertilizer, and Dan will probably confirm he's a bit of a rose guru on me, but I know my roses always thrive with high nitrogen. So normally I use, actually for my roses I use purple, and then I add extra nitrogen urea into it as well. And I don't like using lots of urea, but the roses seem to thrive on that. Yeah, so we get quite a bit of bent grass, mainly only on golf courses though. So, and not a lot of golf courses have bent. It's a tough one. We've had one person here try bent at home, and it's really needed a lot of water and a lot of maintenance to try and keep it up. So I think there's only a few golf courses that have bent. Actually, the local one to us down in Armidale, the Springs Club there, they have bent grass greens, and they actually, for a public course, they're probably one of the better greens that I have seen. The hard part is with any public course is, yeah, not many people repair their divots, so that's the hard part. But we even get that in private. So at Hartfield, it's, you walk onto the green some days, and it's been a members course, and it's on a Wednesday. So Wednesday we open up to the public, but you go in the morning and it's still covered in divots, and you're like, well, yesterday was comp day, so it's only got to be members who are doing it, so it's not the public. So yeah, I always try and walk on there, and I try and fix 5 divots every single time, because you spend all day just fixing divots sometimes. But no, look, yeah, we got a few courses that will use the bent, and I know when I was talking to the greenskeepers there, they talk about how much water they have to use on them just to keep them looking good, especially for the summer. So down the Springs, I'll play at the Springs every now and then, and it could be middle of the day and they're out just cooling off the greens just because it's getting too hot, and they'll just turn really quick. So, but they do make a fantastic green. So mostly Bermuda Cooch greens here, but you do get the odd ones. Okay, yep. So yeah, the Gerbras do too. Yeah, I think a lot of flower type plants do kind of tend to like that nitrogen. It really makes the flowers stand out. What else was that? That was yeah, and we always keep like the potassium up. Potassium is another big one as well. We try and really focus on making sure that all our lawn and plants have that potassium, especially coming into winter, for boosting the health. And I used to actually use a lot of so coming into winter, I used to use potash a lot, but now I just try and find fertilizers that have that high potassium. And Eco Purple's probably been one of my big winners that I like using for that fact. And yeah. Yeah, you did like the mushroom compost. Actually, you know what? I think so. This is an interesting one with mushroom compost. Okay, I'm. I don't know if I'm a fan. I got to look into it a bit more. So, mushroom compost is exactly that. So, what happens is when you grow mushrooms, you go through, you feed them up, grow your mushrooms, and then the mushrooms take all those nutrients. You harvest whatever's left is your compost. So it's enriched soil, and I don't know. I'd love to. I've got to test the nutrient bank inside of that, whether you're getting like a depleted nutrient compost or if it's something that's still really effective. But a lot of plants do thrive on that. Um, so yeah, something I've got to look into a bit more as well. But see, I use a lot of mature compost, like from Green Life Soil or Nutri-Rich. Um, and this week's topic, so this Thursday, I'm trying to plan on a video on our chat to be pre-planting advice on for lawns and even gardens as well. And this will come up in it on how that if you go to a soil yard, it's a 70-30 mix most of it for lawns and even gardens as well. So you have 70% sand and 30% organics. So when you're doing, say, a new lawn and that, you're taking away that 100 mil to bring in 100 mil of good soil, but you could actually save money by taking away 30 mil to bring in 30 mils of really good mature compost and mix it through to make your 70-30 mix at home. So that's what I want to bring up on Thursday's topic, and I'll talk a little bit about seaweeds and humic acids and their benefits, and that's what I'm hoping to try and bring this Thursday. Low nitrogen mini prill. Ooh, for growth and potash. I think there's a mini prill potassium. I'll look into it. Nitrogen there is, but I think it's quite pricey, and especially now with prices of nitrogen going skyrocketing. So I think what was it? I think nitrogen pre-COVID was $300 a ton, and it's pushing about $1,600 a ton now. So, and that's just basic urea. So when you start going mini prill, it's it starts getting costly. So I'll look into that though. I'll see what I can find. See options of both. Hopefully we can find something. I mean, you don't use a lot. A 4.5 kilo bag or bucket is probably all you kind of use, and you can make that spread. I think when we did post Vertimo, it used to be Eco Red and urea. So you'd have your phosphorus, and then you also have your light nitrogen kick. So it used to be about 10 grams per square meter of urea. So it wasn't very much. You don't need a lot being a solo product. Yeah, that was the mushroom compost, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, it does, Dan. Look, that's I think it might be a bit of a myth that mushroom compost being a depleted compost, because I haven't seen that kind of result of being really bad myself. So I'd like to grab some of one day, and I'll actually do some testing on it compared to like a mature compost to actually see the difference in kind of what nutrients and how like enriched it is. Did you do a foliar iron over your roses, Dan? See, this is where we need like a bit of a stage out here where we can have me and you sitting at a desk and have a bit of a chat and talk about what we've done. We'll have to plan that. As I said, once the internet, the hard part is, as I said, I'm so limited out here on how much I can do at the moment. And hopefully once spring starts, I can start looking at bringing out, because obviously we're in the shed, so I haven't got a fixed internet line out here. So I'm using kind of like point to point and also a portable. And on a good day, I can get up to 20 megabytes per second on the portable. But on a bad day, I'm lucky to only get 2. So for the stream to run, I need to be at least 6. Otherwise, we start glitching. I think last week when I did it, or the last few weeks, before I start, I'll do a test. And I think I was only getting 2, 3. So, yeah, I tried it the other Sunday, and yeah, I was just lagging very bad. So, yeah, a bit disappointing, but we will get there. if we can cut it back like this, obviously it's all working fine. So that's yeah, all we got to focus on is basics for now, and we can always improve it later on. It's the whole point of getting the information out there and actually having a chat. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, so that's one thing I'm going to put down in my notes now. Write down that from today was the mushroom compost versus normal compost. Mushroom, the mature compost, and I might do like a so you get when you go to some soil yards, they do a compost there, but it's not a mature compost. So when you got the difference between compost, so when I say mature compost, it's something that's probably sat for 6 months, and they go through and they grab it and actually manually rotate it around. With an unmatured compost, they go through and they'll just stick rods in and blow air and just really fast track that maturing process. So it'd be interesting to see like a comparison between that as well. Normal compost. Right, that's fantastic. I'll do that. And let's have a look here. Are we still looking good on the Eagles, Dan? What we got? Okay. No comments. We're not talking about the Dockers. Can't believe that. I'm not talking about the Dockers. Collingwood Essendon. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough, Dan. So, what do we got here? Oh, it is, Peter. I know. And that was the big thing is I was sat there. I tried it a couple of years or last year, and I couldn't. Same thing. I had that same kind of issue, but I think I was trying to go too advanced at once. But I've been sitting here for so long that I write a post. If I wrote a post with a lot of information in it, not a lot of people would always read that post. Whereas a lot of people these days, they go through and they want a 5 to 10 minute video just where they can watch it and sit down and watch it and put it away. And then come back to it later if they're not busy. So I think that's just the way it is now, is social media, the internet. No, I don't. I'm not not at that point yet, Reedy. I think I got yeah, I think the only way, what have I got? I think the only way I had kind of like donations type thing was through the actual fund, like the donation part of it. But yeah, I know I got, once we grow, then yeah, once we grow, then I can enable all that. I'd like to enable memberships. I'd love to do a membership base thing. That's the only thing we had at the moment, Reedy. And that's one thing I'd like to get your thoughts on as well, eventually with others as well, is like, I know like someone like Ben Sims has like a membership option, and I don't know whether it's worth doing a membership option where it could have like discount to the website, or because I always try and do discounts anyway. And that's the hard thing with products. I try and keep everything priced at where I'm not out there to be like a millionaire or anything like that. I just like to, provide for the family and keep things going and keep everything, just running. And that's all I've ever been. So yeah, it's hard to do discounts sometimes on products, but I would like, it'd be nice to do like a membership option. We can do like a membership giveaways or membership special offers, discounts, perks, like just your different perks like merchandise as well. So yeah, stuff that I want to look into. And then anything like that, and the donations as well, is basically all going to the stream to improve all this. Because yeah, it's one of those things when you start costing everything up, like just the microphone and and the camera, you start costing all this kind of stuff up, and it's so expensive and it adds up so quick. And yeah, the internet, when I price the internet, get out of here, it's like, oh, okay. But nah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I was just looking at that, Dan. So yeah, not too bad. They're holding on. Collingwood, Essendon are pretty close as well. But no, yeah, Reedy, something I got to look. I got to talk to Al about it on when all that kind of stuff can be activated, like Super Chat and all those kind of specialty things that you can add into it all as well. Yeah, something we got to grow with. Oh, you are a legend, Reedy. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. That helps. Thank you, mate. I really thank you. All goes to helping and improving the stream, and yeah, we'll get there. And I'll look. I want to try and do it more often. As I said, I think the Sunday, when Eagles and Dockers aren't playing. Look, today was a bit of a tough one. I just really wanted to get out there and get it all tested. But we can have like an afternoon chat on a Sunday because more people can drop in. I think we've had up to 10 or 12 people today, so that was quite fantastic. I really appreciate that, and especially being on an Eagles game today, and Eagles doing well as well, by look of it. So we've got 10 people watching at the moment. So I'd like to do a Sunday Arvo catch up, and then Thursday a bit more official. We'll have that topic, like as I said, this Thursday we're going to try and talk about soil prep and humic acid and seaweeds, and yeah, so. And then yeah, we'll have that casual chat, and I'll try and bring those videos out periodically as well. I can chat on this part really easy. I enjoy this. Yeah, it is, Reedy. It sure is, and you know that for a fact as well, for sure. Yeah, Reedy streams as well. If you're over on Twitch still, look up I am Reedy. And yes, you are still learning, but we all are, and we'll all continue to learn. Has anyone got any questions? Any other questions that they want some answers to, or need any help, or? Yeah, I remember you saying that, Peter. So you're one of them that thought, okay, I'll probably do a Sunday chat, as well, just for that fact that, and I know there was another couple of others who said exactly the same thing. Sunday, most people are at home, just relaxing, just sitting on the lounge, not doing much. So I thought it was perfect time. Saturdays was a tough one because people are normally out on a Saturday, and Thursday night, I like Thursday night because Friday night everyone's busy. Thursday night's a bit more relaxing. It's like, okay, great. Tomorrow's Friday, last day before the weekend, and same thing. You can have that kind of sit back and relax, and yeah, take it a bit easier. So let's have a look. Waffle. I'm not gonna talk too much on your choices on waffle team there, Adam, because yeah. I'm a Souths boy, and yeah, we don't yeah, we won't talk about that. All right, we'll be fair. We'll be nice. Thursday, 7 p.m. on a Thursday. That's what I'm gonna probably set it as. So I went 7:30, and ended up finishing just nearly 9 o'clock some days. So I think bringing it to 7 p.m. People have had dinner or pretty close to having dinner, finished dinner, and again settling in. If you don't want to watch Home and Away or something, at least I'll be on. And then probably be on before like you get your footy shows like the can't even think of it, the front bar and all that kind of stuff. So what we got here? What do you mean by that, Reedy? Timestamp. Oh, just so when people, if they want to go to a specific part, they can go back and just click a certain time and go back to that area. Yeah, I've got to look into that if that's what you're talking about, because yeah, I've got to learn how to do all that, because I've seen some videos they do that at the bottom, and they go say, yeah, okay, intros at 5 minutes, and then we talk about soil health at 10 minutes, and yeah, something I want to work on to do that as well. I just hope that people watch the whole thing, of course. No, that's all right. But yeah, no, it's probably also good for me if I need to go back and reflect on a question or something as well. Fantastic. Yeah, I thought that's what it is. Yeah, something I've got to look into. I might do that, especially on the live stream where we do talk for nearly an hour and a half. Yeah, something we better do. I just got some 411 and Green Plus from you this week. Is the weather for this coming week going to be appropriate? Okay, let's have a quick look at the weather just to before I go. With the Green Plus, you'll be able to get that down. No, you could even get that down today if the lawn's dry this afternoon. But we're looking good tomorrow. Tuesday, we're just starting to get some rain. Wednesday's not too bad. I wouldn't apply it anywhere after Friday. So Friday we got 10 to 20. Saturday we have got 3 to 15. So even the 411's okay if you got that down early this week. It would break down and be held in the soil before we get that heavy rain on Friday. But even it's 10 to 20 mils. So yesterday, I can't remember what they said we had for yesterday, but I think yesterday we had more. So it's never really conclusive. There's been so many times that we've gone through, and I've posted on WA Lawn Addicts, and I've said, don't put your pre-emergence out. We've got 30 mils of rain coming, and we have a light shower. So it's hard to determine what we actually are going to get. But when it's turned around and says up to 20 mils, I'm pretty between 10 and 20. I'm okay with just if you're a few days before that, then I'm okay with that. But when you start pushing 20 to 30 mils or 30, 40, definitely I kind of hold off. But it doesn't look too bad, especially when the next day, Saturday, is 3 to 15. So that's a very broad range there on its own. So I think we're okay. So this week you should be fine. Just make sure the Green Plus goes down on a dry day and the leaf's dry already and there's no rain until it's dried on the lawn, which is within 4 hours. You're pretty good. So that's okay. I'll probably do my actually I probably will be doing my own foliar this week. And I also got to get my second application of pre-immersion out. So I did say mid-July, but I've kind of been a bit off on that and I haven't done that yet. So I probably will do that this week. I'll probably do that tomorrow actually. Just for that fact of we got the rain coming in the week. And what do we got? Even Thursday I might do it. Yeah, we'll have a look. But yeah, so hopefully that one's answered that, and I'm hoping to see you get some good results from it. We're still getting some fantastic weather. Like today's been fantastic, and when we get some really consistent dry days, the temperature does rise, and the lawn does go into photosynthesis and helps grow a bit better at this time of year. I'm getting photos, and I've got a few customers. One, Dan himself, his KQ is still going crazy at the moment, and he's put out. Did you end up putting out a? You did. You put out an application of plant growth regulator just to slow it down a little bit. So that's just how crazy KQ can be. Is that even this time of the year, sometimes you can still go quite crazy, and you need that extra help to just slow it down a little bit. It's just, yeah, we're very lucky in WA, especially in Perth, to have this kind of weather that we do. It's either really, really wet, or it's generally a dry, nice day. So, and we don't get it crazy where it's sadly flooding like it is over in New South Wales, which is quite sad. They've probably copped it quite bad the last few years. Quite a number of floods. So we're very lucky in that case. I think we're very lucky in Perth. I think we're in the luckiest state, as much as it's sometimes a bit of a behind the rest of the Australia state. I think we're quite lucky weather-wise here. But if we have got no more questions, I will probably end it here. I was only going to do a half an hour stream, and like we've seen, I've already rambled, and we're nearly at an hour already again. Reedy, massive thank you again. You are a champion. I really appreciate that. Again, that's just helps go towards the stream and improving. And everyone being here, especially again, being here on an Eagles game. Sava has been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I don't, Reedy. The hard part is, actually, it's funny. So one of our products, so Florentine is actually made in America, and all the science and testing is from America as well, and we get that here. Um, but we don't. I've got to find out. The hard thing is I've got to check out quarantine laws on how we can actually effectively get it over there without, like, especially like with seaweeds and organic products, because the quarantine on that would be quite. But I can also look into products over there as well that look suitable for you as well. And well, you don't have any lawn anyway. We know that for a fact. But yeah, I know like with a few of the other guys as well. Yeah, it's. I don't think I'll ever be able to physically go through and send products to America. I just don't think the quarantine laws would be right. I have actually had an order from America once, and I had to cancel it because I think they wanted a 20-liter drum of GT Green. And it was like 25 kilos to try and send to America, and it just made it through the website somehow, and it was free delivery. I'm like, yeah, well, this thing would cost me probably $500 just to send it there. So that was a bit of a weird thing. How did it go, Dan? And thanks, Peter. Yeah, no, definitely next time. I said I'll try and do Sundays a bit more, and we'll wrap up on Dan's question just to see how it went. And yeah, until next time. I'll have to. I reckon on Thursday I'll put some photos up of your lawn, Dan, on how it's looking this time of the year, because it is actually pretty stunning. I already know the answer of how it's looking. You've had a really good winter this year, and you've been using 411 as well this year for us. Let's have a look. Do the final checks. Make sure I've got through everything. No, it's ready. No, thanks for jumping on, mate. Really appreciate it. You can get some sleep now. 1 o'clock in the morning. Go get some sleep, and I'll probably see you tomorrow at some point, or talk to you at some point tomorrow anyway. And we'll leave that on that. I think, or Dan will come back. I'll probably talk a little bit about Dan's lawn on Thursday. So again, thank you all for joining. It's been fantastic to see it all working again now, and no lag, and my voice sounding good again, and onwards and upwards, and we're just going to keep getting better. I'm really looking forward to it all, and thank you very much, and we'll see you on Thursday.